since he wore purple all the time, could we legally call him the Grapist?
I was going with the Mephisto theories. I was like,
Why are you running? I just flew all the way out here. I've been looking for you for years, and you're just gonna run from me?
That's just the entirety of his miniseries looking for his shoes.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another fine episode of the Happy 616th Marvel Family Podcast. Today, guess what? It's our cheat day. Yay! It's been a while since we've done a cheat day, and I'm so excited to bring in a new segment to where this time, if you've been catching up on our latest episodes on cheat days, usually it's we just talk about characters that are not related to Marvel and just have a fun old time but this time we're going to do something a little different. A new segment that I like to call You're Doing It Wrong. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because nowadays with a lot of properties, especially stuff that you're very passionate about, stuff that I'm passionate about, I feel like that writers don't know what the hell they're doing with the characters that I love, and I feel upset and I just want to bitch about it. There you go. So, today we're going to start off with a very familiar character, one that everybody should know, especially if you like the colors blue, red, yellow. I know it's not very specific.
That's right, baby. Kite Man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Kite Man's new costume is now red, blue, and yellow.
Yes.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah. Kite Man.
No, I'm just kidding. So today we will be talking about everyone's favorite alien, Superman. Yay, everybody do Superman sound effects.
Yeah.
Wait.
Whoosh.
Wait, we're not actually talking about Kite Man?
No.
Not today. We'll talk about Kite Man another day.
We'll do Kite,
Right?
do Kite
It's the only
Man
reason I was here.
Yeah, it's okay. Next time you can dress up as Kite Man too. And maybe we'll
How do you know I'm
film
not dressed up like Kite Man? You can't see me right now.
Not yet. Not yet.
Yeah, you know, whatever.
So, since we are changing things up a bit, and since this way seems to be the most popular, I'm going to take this imaginary microphone and I'm going to toss it up into the air, and we're going to go by chaos rules. So that means anybody can grab the microphone, but you can also get cut off by anybody else. They can be as rude as possible to you, and they can talk. Now, before we start talking about Superman, I'm so rude myself. How could I possibly forget? I'm your host, the Funny Hatter, and today with us we have Space Wiz or Christopher, we have Victor the X-Men, the Lizard King Kane, and today we have a new guest. Please introduce yourself.
What's up, you guys? I'm Slothmcdoon. You can call me Sloth, Big Papa, or anytime.
Oh yeah.
All right, anytime. All right, our new guest, anytime. This is anytime. So, anytime, if you catch up with Audio Anomaly, he's actually the voice of Malekith in the Thor series. So, yeah, just check that out if you haven't seen it already. Very fun stuff, and I'm very excited to see what happens in the future for more Thor projects. But we're not here to talk about Thor today. We're here to talk about the other alien that's a god, Superman. So, like I said before, also I have to do the annoying thing. Please like and share and subscribe if you like listening to what you're listening to right now, and if you like to leave
Times are rough for everybody. We need the money.
Yeah, I'm literally sleeping on somebody's couch right now, so.
Inflation is real. It's not a conspiracy. Please help out. So, also, if you'd like to leave a comment, you have to do it in an insult first, because we know that you're actually listening to us and that it's genuine. And then you can comment about whatever it is. It can be a critique. It can be say like, "Hey, fuck you! Hey, nice show." It can be anything, but you have to insult us first. There you go. There you go. That's how you got to start. It's like an icebreaker, but with rude rules. So, we're going to take the microphone. I'm going to toss it up to the air. Someone is going to catch it. They're going to talk first, and then we are just going to enjoy bitching about Superman. So everybody get ready. Here's the microphone. Here's my... Hey,
Super
there he
League!
goes. Look, someone catch it.
Give me that fucking microphone. I fucking love Superman, bro. Superman is the GOAT. And I hate Zack Snyder.
I agree.
I hope his dog stubs its toe.
Oh no, not the dog. Where's the dog at?
I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy.
So what about Zack Snyder do you think he's doing wrong with Superman?
Not enough mustaches for Superman, man.
Yeah,
Not enough bullets.
that's clearly what's
more.
stopping his development.
Superman is the epitome of, if you could do the right thing, would you? Right? If nobody's watching, if everything's going against you, will you choose to still do the right thing? You don't have to. There's no guidelines, but I want to be good. I want to strive for better. And I just don't think that Zack Snyder shows it.
No, yeah.
He deitized him. And that's ridiculous.
That's something that's always bothered me. And like, I love the music in, like, say, like Man of Steel, because like Hans Zimmer, like,
he
can
cooks,
like do no
man.
wrong. But
Hans
But the
Zimmer
thing-
is phenomenal, whatever he does.
whatever he does,
He does something.
He makes music or something. But the thing about it is like the way that he plays it, and I think he did exactly what Zack Snyder was looking for. But it sounds almost godlike. As if, like you said, like it's like making it seem like it's a birth of a deity. Not to say it's bad; it doesn't sound bad at all. But it definitely makes it sound like he's like a god that people are looking up to, rather than like an idea.
Yeah, Zach is very heavy-handed when it comes to symbolism. Like some of the shots, like, wow, what
God.
could that mean? Huh? What's this?
I am going to get into that later, but let Anyway speak first.
Anytime.
Anytime.
So I think that the main thing that I don't like is that they were trying so hard to go against Marvel that they decided that the next 4 movies couldn't be any fun. And when you think about
Make it dark.
Superman, it's like, oh man, fucking gray shading, and I'm gonna never ever. I'm a good old American boy that doesn't know how to smile. They didn't show one single fun scene in the entire movie. I mean, like, fighting's cool and action's great, but like, there wasn't a single in the entirety of Man of Steel or Batman v Superman or anything.
I was about to say, which movie are you talking about?
Every single one of them.
Every one of them.
Batman v Superman, Justice League. Name one time where you're like, oh, that's wholesome.
Yeah, I'd say the only happy moment is the one that Superman's face was not even in, and that was Shazam.
I was literally about to bring up Shazam.
The only...
Not just that, but also the Justice League made by Joss Whedon, or the Justice League, as some people might call him. At least he understood that Superman needs to smile as Superman.
Like, it was a cutout of, like, very standard, mediocre stuff of that sort of personality template, but it was still better than what we got before. Like,
I mean, he
like
does
the
smile
only-
at the end of Man of Steel when he has the Clark Kent glasses. There you go.
The
He's the one
The
smile.
only scene that I ever saw from Zack Snyder when he was directing Superman was like when it was, what was it, Batman v Superman, when they're fighting on the rooftop and he's like, if I wanted it, you'd be dead already. I feel like that was probably like the only time I was like, okay, that's something Superman would say, but then the rest of it was just...
yeah, but totally, it sounds more like a threat.
Yeah.
It does, yeah.
Oh my-
it does.
Oh
That's
my
Omni-Man.
God! Even like before, like they get into the fight, he's like, Bruce, listen to me. Then he gets cut off. He's like, you don't understand. There's no time. Then gets cut off, and then he just gives up, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna kill.
Just pushes him. Just literally just literally flexes his wrist and just hits him across the freaking road.
You know, it's out of my hands.
I tried.
It's not like I had the powers of a god and you're literally just shooting like these paintball all cans of
Well,
kryptonite.
wait a second. He had prep time.
He did.
Yep, the Batman always wins.
Yeah, but
it's like by default.
It's got the spear.
That was the worst version of Batman with prep time I ever saw, and I think it's because that version was based off of Frank Miller's Batman, and I still have issues with that to this day. Like, ugh.
Superman, the government tool.
I think that
That one's for my.
the whole movie would have been a lot better if that fight just ended up being when a really tall person and a really short person start running at each other and one of them pull their hand out. And Batman's just fucking swirling his arms around trying to hit him.
I mean,
Superman's
that's
like,
especially prevalent considering that, like, even in the bulky bat suit, he was shorter than Superman.
He was, yeah, and it's
funny too, because at the same time that we have that, the animated DC movies started getting really, really like in-depth and trying to have their own little like continuity between them.
I know, isn't that weird? It's like once the movies start coming out, it's like let's show how to use the characters properly.
Yeah, they were basically like doing their own like cinematic universe to the point where Justice League War just felt like the Avengers. But like,
I thought it was funny because I remember watching the Death of Superman, the animated one they did, where he takes Lois onto a coffee date and he literally tells her that he's Superman, and after she figures it out, he basically tells her exactly what we all know Superman for. Lois, I'm just a guy trying to do the right thing. Even though he's literally an alien from outer space with godlike powers, he's literally just a dude. He's just a normal guy with superpowers. That's literally all he is. Like, and I hate how the animated movies, because they were going for the New 52 direction, but when that got discontinued, they went away from that, which good thing. But I like how that version got Superman more correct, or heck, even the Superman and Lois. That one got Superman more correct than even the movie. Like, that got Superman probably the best I've seen in live action since the Christopher Reeve Superman. And that was in the 70s. True. The 70s.
And
like,
I agree. I watched only one episode of Superman and Lois, and I'm thinking, like, I mean, I'm surprised I haven't watched more. I mean, I definitely want to. I just keep forgetting about it. But, like just one episode, like, wow, this feels like Superman.
It was really good.
It was a mistake, I promise.
When it comes to Superman, and you're showing him as a character, right? The problem with showing Superman as a character is it's the same reason why we quote unquote don't have a good Superman game.
Yes.
How do you build it, right? How do you take this character who arguably could just take any issue that you have and flick it away, right? How do you build that? You make it a story-driven situation. You take the fights out for a little bit, and you focus on Clark Kent doing.
Because he's the main priority.
Yes.
I think you said it right there, because it's like they don't spend. I feel like a lot of writers don't spend the time humanizing. Hatter's probably having technical difficulties.
Oh, wait, it's true. Oh,
there he is. Now he's back. Okay, I'm just going to continue what I'm saying. We'll have him back in eventually. But I feel like a lot of writers, they don't get the idea of, like, because whenever you see a story in general, not just the superhero story, but just the story in general, you want to see the characters get humanized, because that's what makes them relatable. It's what makes the story so invested, and, like, it's what makes you enjoy it. And I feel like because Superman has, all these powers and, like, all these amazing abilities, they get so, like, googly-eyed from that they don't realize, wait, there's a lot of potential in just talking about Clark Kent. But they never do that, and it just frustrates me so much every time.
Something that I think a lot of people get wrong about Superman is because also, let me know if I'm, like, fading out, because I'm dealing with Wi-Fi goblins on my side. But the thing with, like, Superman is that when it comes to him being a superhero, I think these guys, what are they called? Overly sarcastic productions. Those are the guys that do, like, they're, like, red and blue, and they're the ones that do, like, all the history lessons, like, all over the world. I think they summarize what Superman should be as a superhero, like, perfectly. And basically, what they say is that he... like, it's not about him, like, going to, like, fight villains, like, in person, or, like, lift stuff. It's about him like using his powers to help provide for collateral damage. So when I think it was Joseph who came on here and he was like talking about like Batman should be the leader of the Justice League, and I completely agree because he's the one who's the strategic person. He's the one who does all the planning.
Yes.
Well, you have other main players like Wonder Woman and Aquaman who are more like brawlers, or like say like Green Lantern who's a brawler.
They're the muscle.
But like Superman and Flash, they're not the muscle. But yeah, so like Aquaman, Green Lantern, and Wonder Woman, they would be the muscle. But like Superman and Flash, they're fast enough and or strong enough to help get people out of areas that are filled with danger for them, that would kill normal civilians. That's their job to get them out. I think that's
Damage
where
control.
Superman works perfectly, like catching buildings, lifting up, doing damage control, lifting up cars, doing that, because that's the thing that makes him Superman, is that he's, like you guys said, he's using his powers to help people in times to where he's not using his powers to fight the main bad guys, like say like against Zod. Like that's not the point of Superman. The point is to make sure that people are safe, especially in the most dire of situations, especially like say like forces of nature, like a hurricane or aliens trying to take over the planet, or I don't know, the Earth's gonna blow up. He's there to make sure that everybody's getting out of the way. That's one of the reasons why I mentioned before that I prefer the Justice League over the Snyder Cut, is because of the way that Superman is portrayed. Because in the Justice League, he's picking up a building full of people. He's leaving the fight to take the people that are in the mess that the Justice League are fighting to make sure that they're safe. Where Zack Snyder, he has Superman not even as Superman, he's just being a bully towards Steppenwolf by cutting off part of his fucking head.
Yeah, that's like laser him to death.
He uses his laser vision
Like,
to cut off his
up-
fucking horn.
Who
Who does that? That's not fucking Superman.
Super
It's like
sadist.
WWE like ground. It's like
I was about to say
It's like
he's using WWE.
it's like WWE ground pound,
Yeah.
like the whole time, just beating the crap out of him. And I'm like, dude, he's already done. Like,
He got him, man. He got him.
Yeah.
You want to know it's also a very weird factor there? In those movies, he doesn't discover freeze breath until Justice League. Power that is
Yeah,
most
that's true.
defensive
That's a good point. That is
and
true.
Yeah.
protective of his attacks. Not introduced until way later.
Like even
Mhm.
like even in the Justice League version, even though I'm not a fan of that movie either, but I also like how the very first time he shows up and he's, talking to Batman, he's like, what can I do to help? And, he's going over everything that's going on. Superman's first reaction is turning his head because he can hear civilians are in trouble, and then he goes, don't worry, Flash is taking care of it. He goes, no, there's too many, and he dips. Because he's going to help,
Yeah.
help Flash.
Yeah.
That is exactly how it's supposed to be.
I think that the new animated series for Superman has such an understanding of Clark Kent as a
Oh,
character.
Can we
is
talk
it,
about? Can we talk
are-
about
are-
the scene when
My
he?
adventure.
Can we talk about the scene where where he was planning the date with Lois, and he had like the freaking what was it, the office, like all his post-its.
It's amazing.
Dude, that was so like I loved that. I was laughing the whole time because I was like, man, that is so cool. I love
he
that.
is
Yes.
wholesome as hell.
Hold on. Let anytime say. I want to see what he's talking about.
There's a scene where he's having a fight with, I think it's Silver Banshee, I want to say. It's either Silver Banshee or something, or Livewire. No, it wasn't a Mazo.
No, it's a Parasite.
Was he Parasite in the show? Okay.
Mhm.
But no, it was when he was fighting Livewire. He has the whole fight with Livewire, and he beats her, and then he looks around and he sees all of the destruction that the fight caused. And what does he do? He super speeds, puts everything back to normal. Like, he puts the cars back in place. He fixes the buildings. He just does the things. He takes care of any collateral damage that he would have caused.
Mhm.
And he's like, okay, now I didn't just beat the bad guy. I put everything back to normal. Now I can leave.
Yeah,
Now the fight's over.
exactly.
What was the one animated movie where he pretended that he finally lost his mind and he proceeded to kill all the bad-
Superman
Yeah.
versus the Elite.
like the ending scene when you find out that he was faking the whole time, and actually all the robots came in and saved everybody and actually prevented all the collateral damage. I was like, okay, thank you. That's like, yeah, that's exactly what Superman would do.
He wasn't trying to murder anybody. He just was trying
So
to
in the future, yep. So that, if you're listening, Zack Snyder, that's what we call setup and payoff properly done. If you want to be an edgy boy, if you want to be an edgy boy and make Superman seem like such a badass, you make it seem like he's all good in intentions, and then you have something hidden later on, and make sure that it pays off and why he's acting that way.
Yeah. Zach, you fucking moron, unless you want to hire me, in which case you're a genius.
I'm so sick and tired that when with Superman, there's like two versions of Superman we've been getting pretty much for the last 10 or maybe 15 years at this point. It's either Jesus Superman or it's evil Superman.
Oh my god! I'm so glad that you brought that up. Okay, so this I was going to say this for my turn, but now guess what? It's my turn now. So, if you're going to write Superman, if you're going to make him a religious figure, don't make him fucking Jesus!
I am Jesus! I am Jesus!
He is not Jesus. He was created by two Jewish Canadians, being Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster, whatever. Joe Shuster. They are both Jewish. If he's going to be a religious figure, he's going to be Moses. That he is not Jesus, he's fucking Moses. He was sent away when his home was about to go to shit, and he was sent down in a boat to go to a place where he could live. That was Moses. He's not fucking Jesus. If you want to do Jesus, do that after the death of Superman.
Zach
but
missed
not
that
at
one,
the
I'm
fucking
afraid.
beginning.
Jesus was Jewish.
That's true.
I know he was deemed king of the Jews, but that's not his story. The story is of Moses.
Yeah, for sure.
The imagery is always
Yeah.
magnificent in how it's presented.
Oh my god, yeah, in Man of Steel, Zack Snyder literally sets up the story of Moses, right? Being that he leaves Krypton, goes to Earth, and he's a baby, and he's taken in by two people, right? But the rest of the movie, he's Jesus. For some reason, there's Jesus imagery everywhere. If you want to do Jesus, do it after he dies, which he did, of course. But he already does it throughout the entire movie because he thinks that Superman's Jesus.
Yeah, Batman versus Superman. We see the broken cross in the background.
There's three of them. There's three crosses there.
The way she's holding him is exactly like the painting of Mary holding Jesus, and then you see
the kryptonite spear. The kryptonite spear is supposed to be the spear that kills Jesus.
And then we see the coffin in the ground that as she puts the dirt on him, like a few little steps.
Oh my
come
god,
on. Dude, no, we don't need this. No, it just bothers me. I don't understand that.
You think it bothers you?
Oh, I know.
I can't tell it bothers you. Does it bother you, Hattie?
I'm Jewish.
I know it's bothered Hatter for years, because you have to understand, when Man of Steel came out in theaters, me and Hatter, this was when I first got into comics. Hatter was the one who got me into DC Comics, and when Man of Steel and Batman vs. Superman came out, we were both really, really excited, especially for Batman v Superman. Me and Hatter were so excited to go see that movie, but when we both came out of theater, when we both saw it on our own, we hated it. It was terrible.
I fell asleep.
Yeah, honestly, that's my reaction.
I don't blame you.
I saw Batman vs. Superman twice in theaters. The first time just because I was excited to see what it was, and the second time I saw it was just to make sure that I saw exactly what I saw, that I wasn't dreaming, that I wasn't pretending that I saw something was terrible, and I was right. It was terrible.
Surely they didn't choose Jesse Eisenberg, right? I had to have been on shrooms.
Oh my god.
I love Jesse Eisenberg. He's a good actor, but he's not Lex Luthor.
It's so weird. The performance itself, it's not bad because he's definitely acting, but it's not Lex Luthor. If anything, that should be the Riddler.
Nostalgia Critic said it best. It was literally Roger Rabbit playing Lex Luthor, and I was like, yeah, that's exactly what it was. It was literally a Roger Rabbit in real life.
Here's a question for you guys. Riddle me this. Who do you guys think Jesse Eisenberg should play in the DC?
Yeah, I definitely agree that the Riddler would have been the ideal
Or
I really don't want him to be Riddler. I honestly, I could see Jesse Eisenberg being like a what is it? One of those like. No, not even Jimmy Olsen. He doesn't deserve that.
Yeah. Oh my god!
Wow.
Oh my god! They even killed Jimmy Olsen in fucking the beginning of
They're
Batman
like,
vs Superman.
remember this guy? Who cares about him instead?
Yeah, one of Superman's best friends in the entire world literally died in the first 3 minutes of the movie.
Thank you.
Batman vs Superman, and also ISIS.
And ISIS versus Jimmy Olsen.
Also, they made Anatoly Igneza, aka the KGB, into that ISIS metaphor.
Oh my god!
That's completely tone
Oh
deaf.
god, that was terrible. Like, and here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing that makes me so mad about Batman vs Superman is that I read the original script of what it was supposed to be, what it was rumored to be when it first came out. Apparently, it was supposed to be Lex Luthor and Metallo as the main villains, not Doomsday. I still hate that they even included Doomsday that early. There was no reason for that. And that it was supposed to be Batman versus Lex Luthor, because he would have, obviously, like, he would take, like, Zod's armor and, like, turn it into the actual, you know, the battle suit that...
What?
Yeah, the Lex... Yeah, that
was actually going to happen?
Yes,
That's so much better!
Dude, and you know how I know that was going to happen? Because not only did it leak online, there were toys that came out that had Jesse Eisenberg's head of an action figure that was Lex Luthor's battle armor made from Zod's armor that he found. That was the original idea, but then they decided to shoehorn in Wonder Woman, which, even though Wonder Woman was pretty cool in the movie, but there was no need for it. And then they also shoot in Doomsday, and then shoehorned in Flash, Aquaman, Cyborg. Like, I knew that movie was going to be a failure, that when they announced it, when it was Batman v Superman, but then the other line in the movie is called Dawn of Justice. I should have known the minute they put that tagline in there, that was the beginning of the downfall for that movie, and it was, because it wasn't a Batman or Superman or versus movie. It was a Justice League prequel movie. That's exactly what it was.
I mean,
it was both, but
Superman and the terrible writing was given. But when setting up a Justice League for him, where I could then stay with this terrible version of Superman across an entire universe.
Henry Cavill, what Henry Cavill was given, I thought Henry Cavill was a pretty good Superman, but it was like Andrew Garfield. He was a phenomenal Spider-Man, but he had a terrible script.
I'd say even Andrew gave it
I wouldn't say
more,
phenomenal, but they definitely had the potential.
I don't feel the same way with Henry as I did with Andrew Garfield. Mainly because he sticks to the same robotic,
That's a good point.
direction.
Like Andrew gave 130%.
Yeah.
Henry gave lunch break.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I don't buy when he says that, like, oh, I was giving my all to Superman here, and like.
I think behind the set he thought so, but like after you see the product, I think he was like trying his best to pretend he didn't say that. But I feel so bad for Henry Cavill.
Yeah, I still feel bad.
Oh my god, I'm pretty sure he is passionate. I was about to. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Is like, I'm pretty sure he's very passionate about Superman. I know for a fact that he's passionate about The Witcher. But it just seems like almost like Hollywood doesn't know what to do with this guy. He's like Sam Witwer. Like, he's the perfect guy to play in the franchise that you wanted to play. It's like, just let him do his thing.
He's literally
he knows what to do. He does his homework.
I remember saying this when I went to Comic-Con a couple years ago in Phoenix, and they had God, what's the name of the guy who played Jay Garrick on the Flash TV show? He was also
Teddy Sears.
What was his name? Teddy Sears. I got the chance to meet Teddy Sears, and even I told him myself, I was like, dude, you literally have like the face that every studio would want for a superhero character. Like, you look like a superhero. And he thought that was like the coolest thing he had ever heard. And I was like, but no, I'm serious, because I think the same thing with Sam Witwer, with Henry Cavill. They look like superheroes. They look like the lead hero that you want to headline your movie or your universe. But for some reason, they never get they don't know what to do with them. It's like, oh, we just have a face. Okay, put it right here. Money.
I think the issue with Henry Cavill, right? And it's not even an issue with Henry Cavill. It's an issue with Hollywood, right?
Yeah.
Is that they're like, oh man, let's make this, let's design this universe around Henry Cavill, and let's set up. Oh man, Henry Cavill loves The Witcher. Henry Cavill's on you know, if we're gonna make a Witcher show and we're gonna half-ass Witcher show, Henry Cavill would be perfect for it because we know he's gonna do the best. And then Henry Cavill comes in and he's like, Seth, if we're gonna make a Witcher show, here's one.
I was not expecting that accent.
Oi, mate, I'm the Witcher. I'm from Australia.
It's like
I'm Henry Cavill.
He's trying to do a Henry Cavill accent. He ends up doing a Sam Witwer accent, just a lighter tone.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
You're good. It's all good.
I don't know if you ever heard of Sam Witwer, but he's not Australian.
No.
He sounds like it to me for some reason. He sounds like it.
Oi, mate, I'm Superman. I'm flying the sky and I shoot lasers and I cut people's horns and faces off because I'm Australian.
Leaving Stephen
I would love that, actually.
Get laser, cunt!
Also, real quick, can I just mention the one trope of Superman that I'm really tired of seeing, and this was good when it first came out, because when it came out, it was the first time it was ever done, and it made sense for that. Can we please stop making evil versions of Superman?
I'm gonna go over that.
I know Injustice did it first, and that was really good.
No, it didn't.
Injustice,
And
that
that's
was
why
awesome.
I'm gonna bring up my point here. Like, I'm taking that, Mike.
Well, no, I'll just say that what in the first game I was okay with that, but everything that's come out after that since then, like, oh, we have Omni-Man. Okay, I get it. He's supposed to be an evil knockoff version of Superman. We have Homelander, evil knockoff of Superman. Like it.
Those are good ones.
But,
I mean, they're good, but I'm like, I know what they're supposed to be. Like Brightburn. I'm tired of evil Superman. It was cool when it first came out. Like, let's just go back to regular Superman.
I'm not
Like,
taking
I don't wanna do that.
Ike on that point here, because, like, yeah, Injustice was not the first time this concept had come out. I'm sick of that point. I'm sick of it.
Wait, really?
I hate it.
No.
I hate it completely.
Dude, there were so many different evil
Like,
Superman before.
taking over the world is
Oh,
old as hell.
Cyborg
And, like,
Superman.
the whole idea that NetherRealm was, like, going of this unique idea of him snapping is ridiculous. Because, for one thing, how they set it up wasn't even the first time it happened in an alternate way, because in an alternate universe, because Kingdom Come was literally this exact scenario, and he didn't snap.
That's true.
Yeah,
He did not snap. He still was Superman, and he still made sure that, like, a scenario like this was prevented by Superman at the same time. It was the superhuman community clashing against each other based on their, like, views on fighting crime.
I will say, you know, having Injustice be based around an evil Superman, it does make sense. It's a good hook for a game like that.
Where, like, you know, you need all your characters to beat each other senseless, but it is not a good Superman plot.
Yes.
Like, people extending it
Yeah.
into...
No, it's not a good Superman
comics and stuff, it basically destroyed all the DC characters in terms of characterization for those storylines. Like, completely.
Yeah, for sure. Like fucking Nightwing. Oh.
Well, yeah, your characters are either dead or they're butchered in another way. They're dead inside.
Killed by the writers.
But here's the thing that creates...
In Kyle Rayner's case, your girlfriend's dead because we want to shock
here's
the
what
audience.
creates that concept of an evil Superman, or a dickish Superman, or a standoff Superman, like in Snyder's world. The origin of it all comes down to this. What is Superman's tagline?
Truth, justice, the American way.
Exactly.
It's actually not
That final part,
so the American way is
that's
actually
what
not.
I was about to bring up. The fact that the American way, that was not his original tagline. He was created by an American and a Canadian.
Nope.
So that was not the initial view set. Rather, Superman as just a figure for the people. He's a power fantasy.
Okay.
Yeah.
His original tagline is truth, justice, and a better world.
Like, anywhere in the world could represent Superman's value.
It's almost like he was meant to lead people like a religious figure. Like, what is it, Moses?
If I may interject real quick, I think Yeah.
Wait, also,
One-
wasn't the American Way introduced like in the Christopher Reeve movie?
It
or
was
a little
before that.
Or was
yeah.
it Mark
I
Fleischer?
think it was before
In
that. I think it was in the
Post-Crisis, that
comics.
was the rewriting of his tagline.
Yeah.
More patriotic.
Yeah.
The thing is, it was never actually a rewriting. There's no actual like. That's one of those things where it was like we're like, oh well, you know, it's truth, justice, in the American way. But he never actually has ever said that.
Yeah,
He's
he
never
said
said
that.
it.
It's like a tagline for a deal. But like,
Right.
It's
Yeah.
just like Elvis, where like when everybody thinks of Elvis Presley, you think of the thank you very much. But the problem is, if you actually look up clips of him in his concerts, when he says that line, he never says it like that. He just says it like thank you very much, like very humble.
Or Arnold
He doesn't-
Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Or-
I'll be back. Yeah.
No, where
That
he,
is a memory, yeah.
that was actually that was
Editor,
that
editor,
was
hold
got so
that
big.
is the
Yeah, that's true.
Editor, add in a whole bunch of Arnold Schwarzenegger noises right now.
Nothing is more brutal than. You want to hear that again? Huh? Hey, you want to hear that again?
Of course. It's not really the same thing as with great power. There must also come great responsibility, or like all that stuff when it comes to misconceptions of what people said. But it's more of what's the mindset create. The mindset of truth, justice, and the American way
Yeah.
is that Superman represents America only, and therefore their values and their perceptions of Superman is what is created for Superman for decades in the future. And that's what creates terrible misconceptions for decades to come.
Yeah.
That is what creates injustice.
Yeah.
That is what creates the DCEU Superman, and that is what every single
Well,
interpretation of parody.
That's Homelander.
He literally has an American
Sure.
flag as his cape.
yeah.
Like that is the
Not-
perception.
yeah.
That's what people believe.
No.
It's actually
I-
it's the same thing that I have with Captain America as a character, because a lot of people with Captain America, they think that Cap is what is like the poster child for what America is, but no. His character is supposed to be what America should
So
strive
Captain
to
America,
be.
Exactly.
That's
Captain
the
America
difference.
is far easier to lend himself to that vision when he was literally a poster child for the U.S. military during World War II.
Well, yeah,
And,
Yeah,
like,
World War II.
Superman, they're manipulating him into that vision. Like, literally, his colors are not even the American flag. It's blue, red, and yellow. Since when has the American flag ever
Yeah.
been those colors?
Yeah,
Colorblind.
he is
whenever
yellow.
whenever you don't
It's-
wash your flag.
Also,
See-
fun fact that most people don't know, because like with Homelander having the American flag as his cape, did you actually know that's against the law?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Wait, what?
It is actually against the United States Constitution. You can't wear a piece of clothing that has the American flag on it because it's considered disrespectful to the actual
Yeah.
flag.
All
So
those,
Then
like,
why
flag
the
shorts and
fuck do
stuff
we
like
have a
that.
whole bunch of clothing like from Old Navy that
Because
has
nobody
American
cares.
flag stuff
Yeah.
on
no,
it?
the reason
Nobody
they do it
cares.
is because there's like a clause you can get around it to use it to make money or something. It's something dumb like that. But I actually
Of
I
course.
researched that, so when I found it, I was like, oh, so that even makes Homelander more the villain because it's what he's doing is dumb.
It's breaking the law.
Well, yeah, I think he
Well, I
probably
was about
used
to,
that
I was about to
same
say because
clause.
I'm pretty sure like, there's a whole bunch of people that wear the American flag like as a cape like during like the 4th of July.
Oh yeah, but the reason why you can sell it on clothing, I think it's because like it's some kind of bylaw. I have to look it up for like how clothing is sold by companies, but like I know that's actually I know that's a rule that you can't actually sell, like you can't put the
I'm
American
pretty sure
flag
there's
on
whole
clothing.
fictional
I'm pretty sure that's how
Amazon
it
probably
is.
got around that in the boys, but yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They left one star out.
But
You're wearing the flag as your shorts. Get out of here.
but yeah,
You're under arrest.
personally, like as much as I love trashing on the
Lock that
Zack
menace up.
the Snyderverse, as people call it or whatever, like I'm glad that everyone else got their chance to speak my piece when I came into those ones. But like, yeah, as a Canadian, like, yeah, Superman basically being manipulated into this American figure, that particularly insults me as a big fan of him. Of like Universal like that.
To me,
No,
it's
I
against
completely
Superman.
agree with you, and I'm an American as well. And like, he's like, yeah, this is a guy who was created by Canadians,
yeah,
and they're
literally.
trying to like make him
Yeah.
too American, and like, yeah, I don't like how I like it. Like when what Sloth was talking about, like when he's more for the world, because that's what Superman should be. Because he should be for everyone. He shouldn't be a poster boy for America. Like he shouldn't be a Captain America or what Captain America started out as.
Yes, like, you know what Superman really should be, if you really think about it? He's technically an immigrant, if you think about it.
So
He
he's
came from
an
another
immigrant,
world.
like
think
a
about it.
government
He
unstable.
came from another planet and came to a completely different universe and was raised and grew up in a completely different area. That's literally exactly what it is for people who migrate from one country to another, or who are born in one country and move to another. That's really the same thing. Like,
Almost
that
like
would be more
he's-
relatable.
Almost like he was a religious figure, kind of like
There we
Moses.
go, that's
Anyways,
Okay.
Anyway.
Wait.
Okay.
I gotta say, I've been saving this point. Something you guys have been missing, key figures you've been missing: Christopher Nolan and Warner Brothers. Christopher Nolan, amazing person, of course, fantastic director. But
Wonderful director.
after making Batman Begins, it sort of caused like a chain reaction of like, we have to have superhero movies be darker. The origin has to be longer. A chasm, you know. Man of Steel is a product of Batman Begins. There you go. You missed that part. It's very much comes out of that mindset of like, you have to spend time with the origin story. You can't have them put on the suit too early. You know, Batman puts on the suit in like hour in Batman Begins. So
you're exactly right, because originally, from what I understand, Brandon Routh was going to be in a sequel of Superman, and it was going to be titled Man of Steel, but they're like, no, we're going to go in a different direction, make him dark, and so that's why
they wanted the Dark Knight trilogy to start a universe, and Christopher Nolan was like, no, don't do that. So they got him on for Man of Steel.
I thought Brandon Routh was a pretty decent Superman. I didn't think he was terrible. I just wish that
he was much better in the CW show.
The CW actually gave him more.
Superman that I just mentioned earlier.
That was cool.
I know, that was so cool.
He did really good in that. I was really happy they gave him that opportunity.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so I am so sorry. I know that you guys are very passionate about talking about this. We may do a part 2 about this, but unfortunately, we are out of time. Some of us do have to get going. We are going to have to say bye-bye for now. But thank you guys very much for listening to this episode. If you want to hear us bitch more about Superman, please insult us and let us know in the comments that you do.
Entire spin-off show, Superman.
If you want a part 2, leave it down in the comments.
We'll make a podcast entirely just Superman.
The Happy Superman family.
Yeah, the Happy Superman family. And we'll make it like a Shazam family, but we'll rub it into Shazam. Anyway, thank you very much for listening. God damn it. If you like what you heard, please like and subscribe. And share with all your fucking friends. I've been the Funny Hatter. We've had Christopher with us, Kane the Lizard King, Victor the X-Man, and Sloth anytime. Thank you very much for listening. Everybody say bye-bye.
Bye.
See you next time.
Bye. Henry Cavill, snap our necks.
And I will save you, cause that's what the brave do. I'm known as the Man of Steel with a heart of gold. Superman is just how it sounds. My secret identity must never be found. I just need an abandoned street, a phone booth real discreet, where I can turn into the man people want me to be. And I know that you can see my underwear, and you can joke about it all you want, I really don't care. And I know that everyone, if given the chance, would quickly ask if I enhance what bulges out of my pants. And I know that wearing tights is kind of gay, but the ladies seem to like it better that way.
I'm Jesus!